Welcome to the Store Manager Academy. We are in lesson 9, week 2. Today we're going to talk about the 3 principles of retail. Now these principles are very basic on the surface, but you need to understand them fully if you want to be an effective retail leader. The first principle is merchandising. You have to have a store that's well merchandised and put together. You need to have a place for every individual SKU that you have. There needs to be a section designated for it. Your customers need to be able to find almost any SKU. In fact, I'd say every SKU in your store easily based on the way you merchandise your store. Hopefully your organization has some great merchandising programs and store layouts on how things should be set up, and really, the science and the psychology behind, the customer experience. But if you think your store is struggling with merchandising, you've got to dig in deep and you've got to make the changes. Merchandising is number 1. If your store isn't well merchandised, you can have great customer service and you can have great salespeople, but if that store isn't merchandised well, and if it's not easy to be shopped, your customers are going to go elsewhere. I want you to think about for a minute, for those of you that have done online shopping, how difficult is it for you to find a particular item that you're looking for? Not difficult at all. You can literally just do a Google search. Let's just say you want a new office chair, and let's just say you even know you want a Lazy Boy office chair. You can simply type in Lazy Boy office chair, and boom, you have several websites that pull up. You have a Google product catalog that actually shows you some Lazy Boys that are on sale from Target, on sale at Walmart, on sale from the Lazy Boy store, on sale from Costco, and you can click on each one of those. It goes to the consumer, to the website, and you can check out easily. You can pick colors. It's just so simple, and that goes for anything else that you do online when you're shopping for anything. It's pretty simple. Most websites make it easy for you to buy online. And there's a reason why they do that. There's a reason why they make the shopping experience so easy, because people's attention span is just so small. They say your average person now has an attention span of 6 seconds. Do you know what the attention span of a goldfish is? I want to say it's 7 or 8 seconds. So we now have an attention span that's less than a goldfish. That's pretty sad. So retailers need to understand that. They need to make it as easy as possible for that consumer to find the product that they're looking for and to find group items, like items that go with that product, so they can make the best decision possible and get everything they need before they check out, whether they check out online or check out in your store. So merchandising is number 1. You need to have a well-merchandised store. There needs to be, a price tag on every SKU. Every SKU needs to be in a designated section. There needs to be a sign above the section that's telling the consumer what they're looking at. And then the flow of the store needs to be set up in such a way that they can get, if they want to go to apparel, you've got all of apparel in a corner. If they want to go to hard goods, all the hard goods are over here on this side of the store. Grocery on that side of the store. Just walk into a Best Buy and you'll understand why merchandising is so important. Everything is all segregated. It's set up really well. TVs are over here, home audio there, computers here, tablets there, cell phones here, cell phone accessories there, so on and so forth. You want a good example of merchandising, go to a Best Buy. Even Walmart. I know some of you don't like to shop at Walmart, but believe it or not, they are extremely efficient at their merchandising, and they set up their stores in a way that consumers shop. They get everything they need and more. They set it up in a way to have tons of impulse sales. They know what they're doing. So you need to take a page from Best Buy's book, Walmart's book, and so on. A lot of the other large retailers, they understand merchandising. You need to understand it as well. You've got to make it as easy as possible for the customer to shop your product. So that's first principle of retail. You've got to know how to merchandise. You've got to set your store up in a way that helps customers buy without any hiccups. It's got to be just easy, okay? Second principle, customer service. I know, again, it seems so simple, but so many people don't understand what great customer service looks like. We just talked about Walmart. What do you think about right now when I put Walmart and customer service in the same box? You probably add a third word in there. Bad customer service, right? That's just the stigma Walmart has. Now, if you put customer service and Best Buy in the same box, what do you get? Usually the word good. Generally speaking, most Best Buys have great customer service. You know, as soon as you walk in the door, you're greeted by somebody. You have people in every department, several people in each department. They're greeting you and willing to help you with anything that you need. Customer service is so vital to any organization, retail organization that is. People expect when they walk into a store to have someone help them and talk to them. Now, there are the 1% of people that don't want that, and that's okay. You'll recognize that pretty quickly when you're trying to talk to that customer and they're just like, you know, they'll turn their back to you as they're talking to you. Those people are disinterested and don't want to be talked to, or they could be stealing from you. But that's another lesson. So, but for the majority of your customers, they chose not to buy from an online retailer for the product that they're looking for. I guarantee you, looked online for that product, found out what they were looking for, checked your store's inventory to see if you had it, and now they're walking into your store to get it, and they want some general guidance and help from you. So your team has got to understand why it's so important to have a customer service driven culture and how that's the second principle of retail. I talk about this a lot. You can tell I'm passionate about it. A customer literally took a shower and got dressed and drove to your store. Maybe some of them didn't take a shower. Some of them walked maybe a half an hour, even a couple hours. Some of them took a bus. Some of them planned it a week or two ahead of time to get a ride from a friend or a family member to visit your store. Every individual customer is so important to you. They need to be important to your team because people are going out of their way to shop your storefront. There are 1,000,001 articles out there that say retail is dead. Retail is dead. I don't believe that. I don't believe retail is dead, but it is dead to those who provide horrible, or I should say don't provide good customer service. You're going to lose a lot of business to the online retailers and to the traditional retailers that offer great customer service. And I want to tie customer service into the in-store experience. I want to put that in the same principle of retail. I guess that's your overall the three principles are going to build the in-store experience, because the in-store experience is going to be what sets you apart from other retailers and online retailers. Principle number 3. It's really principle number 3 is actually just 1 and 2. 1 plus 2 is principle number 3. Principle number 3 is sales. You've got to know how to sell your products. It's not just enough to have a well-merchandised store. It's not just enough to have people on the floor helping customers. The people helping your customers need to understand how to best serve those customers, how to group items together to get like items that complete the customer's purchase. And they need to do it in a way that builds trust and is not aggressive. If you have an aggressive salesman, they may get short-term some high results, but long-term, it's going to affect your overall store sales because people are turned off by that, and they remember when they were hard closed, and they don't want to come back because they don't want that confrontation. They're going to go with an online retailer. Nobody hard closes them, at least nobody physically talks to them in a hard close, but actually online retailers are set up in a way that funnels customers through a system of different choices and purchases. So you've got this big funnel here, you've got all these customers up here looking at this product, and when they've made a decision on that product, they're now being upsold on the next product, the next one, all the way till they get to the bottom of the funnel at the checkout where they're upsold one more item, and that all happens online. So you've got to picture a sales funnel for your store. What if I come in for a new t-shirt in your store? Number 1, can I find it easily? Like principle number 2 when it comes to merchandising. But what kind of upselling can I do on that t-shirt? Well, let's do a buy one, get one 50% off. And then by the way, These socks that are just around the corner that you will have to walk by after you get the t-shirt are also on sale for buy one get one, and you can combine and mix and match. And then when I'm walking down the aisle, I see that there's a big sale on belts, and I just happen, for the price of that belt for $9.99, I could use a new belt. And then I get up to the register and I've got all these impulse items that grab my attention. Maybe a selfie stick. I just broke my selfie stick. I guess I need another one. I didn't think about it until now because I had that impulse item right in front of me. I'm kind of thirsty. I could get a nice, bottle of water. Or maybe I'm lacking energy, so I grab an energy drink. And then at the register, you tell me about the credit card offer that you have that will save you 20% on your purchase today. Oh my gosh, I have all these savings. Now if I get a store credit card, I can get additional 20%. Do you see that process, that sales process? And that's just the way you merchandise your store. Imagine having great salespeople on the floor that are guiding customers through that process and adding those complementary items, those group items that'll help them complete their purchase. So that is the third principle of retail. You've got to have a strong sales force, not just people, but your store needs to be merchandised in a way that they're the silent salesmen. So you're going to have silent salesmen, that's your merchandising, and you're going to have physical salesmen, that's your people, that's people that are on the floor, that are helping customers, people that are on the front counter as well. Those are the three principles of retail. 1 is merchandising, 2 is customer service, and 3 is sales. If you understand and execute those 3 principles fully in your store, you are going to have a very profitable store. You're going to stand out from the crowd. And when your DM or RM or executive VP or CEO walks in the store because they're wondering why you're doing double digits better than the rest of the company, you're going to tell them, I understand the 3 principles of retail: merchandising, customer service, and sales. I just execute that in my store, and that's why we're successful. When you can say that to your boss or his boss, you're going to get promoted very quickly. If that's what you want, you're going to be put in training positions. If that's what you want, you'll be put in a corporate position if that's what you want, because they are looking for people like you that understand the 3 principles of retail and can execute it at a store level. Thank you for watching this training. I know you've enjoyed it, and I'm sure you've taken lots of notes. Go take this to your store and apply the 3 principles of retail. Next lesson is all about delegating to develop people. I'm really excited to teach this next lesson. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you on the other side.